All right. Well, we're the Not Always Black and White podcast. My name is Anthony, and this is Michael.
What's up?
All right. We do a podcast about nerd culture and all kinds of stuff, like news when it comes to video games, Marvel, anime, all kinds of stuff. You know, we just like to talk and have a good time. And yeah. So we came here today to do some anime hot takes. So this is hopefully interactive. So we're going to talk about some hot takes. We'll talk with each other, and you guys are feel free to interject.
Mention the giveaway we have on our Instagram.
Okay, yeah, no, we have an Instagram giveaway. We're going to scan the QR code right there. We're going to be doing a giveaway at Charlie's Epic Con for, was it tickets for that? Right?
Yeah, you guys will get tickets.
To Charlie's Epic Con. I believe that's down in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing some stuff there as well. So if you go there, you will see us as well. So.
You guys on YouTube or?
We're on YouTube. We're on everywhere.
YouTube, we're on Spotify. We're on TikTok. Not always black and white.
If that QR code takes you to our website, and it takes you to, and you can find all the links.
Like that up top, right
yeah.
there, not always black and white.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Yes, it has been quite the evolution of technology over the course
shout out
of
to
the
Moondog.
past
Yeah, sure.
weeks that we've been doing. We've been collecting more and more like different cameras and mics and stuff like that. So I think the quality's gone up quite a bit. So I think you guys will enjoy it. It keeps getting better. So if you don't like it yet, just wait a couple weeks. It'll probably be even better than you.
Even a couple months.
Well, you don't have to wait that long.
No, but we're going to the studio.
Oh yeah, true. We are going to be in a new studio here in a couple of months, so that should be a lot of fun.
Where?
At the Marriott.
Palmetto Marriott.
Palmetto. Yes.
No, the Palmetto Marriott.
Yes, I was going to say in Palmetto. The Marriott in Palmetto, the Palmetto Marriott. They're opening up
a podcast studio.
A podcast studio. We're going to be partnering with them, so we're going to be using their facilities and equipment hopefully here soon. As soon as they finish up construction there, so it should be a lot of fun. All right, now, with all of the plugs out of the way, we are going to get to the fun part. So we're going to do some anime hot takes. We're going to do some stuff to start off. Like I said, feel free to interact with us and give us your hot takes or your opinion on our hot takes. So, Michael, you want to start us off?
I was going to say you start off.
Me start off?
Yeah, because yours is more tame.
Mine? Well, your last one's kind of...
hot take an anime?
Oh, yeah.
No, there's a lot.
Nice.
I got one too.
We're going to start off pretty light. And this is, so, you know, this really is only going to be triggering for a certain demographic of anime fans. I am not a fan of Gundam. I think it's pretty mid. I think as far as anime genres go, I understand it's a classic anime genre. I've never found it to be very interesting.
That's fair.
Yeah, like, and it's like it's like if you've ever seen Marvel, right? And it was Iron Man was having that argument with Captain America. You know, it's like, yeah, you're not very special without your suit, are you? Like, that's pretty much all you got right there, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, arguments and courage.
You know, I'm a OSU grad,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when Gundam Wing was on
Toonami.
Toonami right after I got out of school. And to be honest, I loved everything about Gundam Wing, but I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And the whole time, and I still can't tell you what's going on. And I think the politics were crazier than the politics now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it didn't mean that I didn't like it. It was just the fact that the political system that they wrote into that was beyond insane.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean it was bad, but to be honest, I just couldn't tell you exactly what was going on.
Ooh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
I can definitely get that opinion. Yeah, for me, just like it was a lot to follow. I mean, having the big robots and everything was cool, but
the only reason why we all watched Gundam Wing was because Optimus Prime told us to.
yeah, for real.
I got a hot take on that on Transformers.
I had a friend of ours.
Right
Yeah.
now, I have a hot take on Transformers.
On Transformers, I thought.
Transformers is actually the most realistic of all the giant robot genres. Number one, they were just actual robots. There's nobody sitting inside.
Right.
If you want to travel across the galaxy to another planet, you're probably not going to have a living life form do it. You have some super powerful AI that can do it. And as you know how we interact with inferior life forms, we pretend to be a part of the flora and fauna when we go out and shoot our documentaries.
Right.
We pretend and that's just exactly what they did. And it seems like on its surface, this isn't a realistic show. But if you really break it down, it's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. I mean, it's an '80s cartoon. Shout out to Rude Dog. 80s cartoons weren't exactly the highest quality, but that's my hot take on Transformers.
Except for the fact that Megatron transforms into a Walther P-38 and goes into the hands of the guy constantly trying to kill him.
I didn't say things were well written. It's just the concept itself.
Woo!
Hey, welcome.
All right, what's your next hot take?
You want to do a hot take?
Yeah, so my hot takes compared to his are a little bit more triggering, I would say. Well, I've said this one to you and you get triggered.
Which one? Are you up to the last one?
No. In terms of Jujutsu Kaisen, I think Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty low.
Oh, call back to an
This
episode.
man's nuts. This man's crazy.
This wasn't an episode. This wasn't an episode.
I'm not going to get into the manga because my sister has filled me in on a lot of things that she's actually having issues with. But when it comes to the anime, I don't, like season 1 was a good solid start. Granted, they had a training arc, but then we had a movie that took place in the past. And then we had season 2 started, and it took place even further in the past. And it was not consistent. And apparently that's how the manga did it, but to me, it did not give me any reason to really care about this character, especially the Shibuya arc. Great arc, but too soon. I think they should have saved that. That's not an arc you would put in, very early on in the series, especially killing off so many characters that I did not care for any of these characters. I mean, they have great characters, don't get me wrong, like Gojo, Itadori, Megami, but every other character that died, you kind of had no time to really get to know them.
So you said you don't really like the jumping in time and everything like that?
I don't like going back in time and then going further in time. It's inconsistent for me.
Have you seen the season 1 of The Witcher on Netflix yet?
No.
Okay, so.
And I can understand doing flashbacks, but this is a whole arc
Right.
where, like I said, the movie takes place a couple years before.
Right.
But then season 2 starts and further in the past.
Yeah.
So and granted, season 2 part 1 was great too.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't stand the inconsistency and the characters killing them off. I don't understand the overhype for Jujutsu Kaisen.
See, look, we listen, and I'm listening, but I am gonna judge because that's nuts. That's crazy.
I have a hot take.
Do you have a hot take?
Yeah.
What's that?
My Hero is really mid. Not a good anime. Boring.
Oh man.
Boring. Thank you. Lame. I gave up after season 4. I really did. Yeah, it's boring.
Season 4? I thought you only watched season 3.
No, I think I watched it till 4.
To be fair, I don't even know.
Exactly. Talk about.
The lady behind you is not wrong though. It does take a while just to get to the really good, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Like you do season 3, and it's slow. Season 4, season 5.
Yeah.
And then it finally gets to the final.
Okay, so I didn't even make it that far.
I need to see.
I think I just got caught up watching other different animes and stuff like that. So I
My
didn't really
Hero
pick it up.
Academia?
Yeah.
Respectfully disagree.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
We're here for it.
If you're here to get an emotion out of me, it's not anime.
No, it's good though. That's good though. Yeah. I'd say that's what was the next one coming? Here, I'm gonna go. Sorry, my last one's probably the one I'll probably talk about the most, but I'm gonna say another one for me is so for me, if we're talking about mid anime, that's usually when we're doing like hot takes and stuff like that. A consistent thing that people bring up is anime that they think is mid. Well, the one I think is mid is Dragon Ball. All of it.
What's Dragon Ball?
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball,
which
Dragon Ball
one?
Z, all of it. I just like, it's cool, it was fine when I was a kid and I didn't know any better, but as I get older, like the less and less I want to watch the next episode to see if we get to the end of the fight or not. You know?
It's called becoming an adult.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's like, I don't know, like, they really kept me on the hook. When I was a kid, I was watching Toonami, they really kept me on the hook. I'm like, oh man, next episode for sure, we're gonna see who wins this fight. Nah. Nah, pretty much never. Never when I had that thought did it actually come true.
Riddle me this.
Hey.
How many Super Saiyans does it take to change a light bulb?
Bro.
It only takes one, but it takes them 5 episodes to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, you know? Like for me, and the real issue is because we get bait, you know, like things like that. I mean, obviously, but then like for me, it feels like it's the same thing over and over again in Dragon Ball, right? You got Goku, you know, and you got a smattering of other characters who do stuff in there, but Goku, he's the big one, the big name, one everybody knows. So you got Goku. Goku fights this guy. Goku loses, right? Goku gets stronger, either through training or through some epiphany that he has during the fight. And then he beats the guy, and then everybody's happy and we're all good.
When he's dead.
Well, that too. But, you know, like for the most part though, it's the same,
Doesn't mean it's
the same, it's not bad. Just for me, like,
My little Goku, friendship is magic.
Look, I tell you what,
Well, that's every anime.
I love pizza. I love pizza.
Every anime.
But I don't love pizza for dinner every single day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Every JRPG and anime is the power of friendship.
It's always. It's, you know, maybe the Dragon Ball was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
Except Xenogears. I have no idea what Xenogears is.
Yeah, for real. That is really, like, yeah. All right.
All right, Michael, you
You
go.
got one?
Well, I don't know if this would be considered a hot take, but
Like a lukewarm take?
a lukewarm take,
Oh,
maybe.
man.
But I think everyone here knows Sword Art Online.
Oh, here we go.
And here's the thing, I can understand why people hate it, and I can understand why some people love it. But I think the hate is too much.
On
And the reason-
this, you and I agree, I think.
But the reason being is because, like Dragon Ball Z, Sword Art Online is just as important as, say, Dragon Ball Z, but for the generation of when it came out.
Okay.
Because it's like Dragon Ball Z, like Naruto, Pokemon, it served a generation
Bye, guys.
to really introduce them into Pokemon.
No.
Not Pokemon, anime.
To Pokemon.
To anime.
To anime.
Yeah.
I'll have to disagree on that one.
But
Yeah.
like, for me, it really like went back and forth in terms of introduction to anime. Like I got introduced to Pokemon, and then I got introduced to Dragon Ball, but I never fully developed into anime. And then years later, I got further into anime with Sword Art Online, and then took a break, didn't really get into it, and then Demon Slayer came along, and that fully, like, I feel like Sword Art Online does serve like a good starting point for people to get into.
I don't think so because it's basically season 1 is 2 seasons mashed together, put together in a single season.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
That's correct. You know.
And
But if you
has
think
more
about it as two
time
seasons.
skipping than JJK.
Okay.
Time skip, not as many on like the flashbacks. I think he was having an issue with like the flashbacks and stuff, like going back in time further and further. But yes, they do skip. They do have a lot of time jumps in that show, and Sword Art Online. Yeah, for me, like I would say, it holds a special place for me. I would say because like I obviously as a kid I watched things like Dragon Ball or Naruto, Inuyasha, One Piece on Toonami, you know, and I didn't have a concept of what anime was. This is just like other cartoons for me, the cartoons that they show on Toonami. In my brain, that's what that was. And then later on, I learned what anime was, and I started to get into it and stuff. And Sword Art Online was kind of that place that I started, you know, a relatively popular anime, and had people like some people recommend it to me. I started watching it, and I did really enjoy it for the first season, 2 seasons, you know. And then we got like more into the spin-offs and then Alicization and stuff. And I don't really watch any of that stuff. But that first couple of arcs, those were fun for me. I liked them, and it kind of like, you know, set me on the path of discovering more and more anime. You know? So, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from though. You know, but yeah, I feel like it's a little too hated. I would say I'm with Michael on this. I think it's a little too hated for what it is. You know. Now the more recent seasons, like I said, yeah, they can throw that in the garbage.
You got your last
I
one.
got my last one. You know?
We only went through like 3 different hot takes.
And then we'll
After that,
we'll
if
do
you guys
the.
have anything that you guys want to talk about?
Yeah.
anything, let us
I
know.
still have
If
some.
you guys have any hot takes as
I
well.
have some still.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's my last one. So for me, this is something I'm very passionate about. All right. So flashback episodes and recap episodes don't belong in my animes. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. I think that there are more creative ways to give me the background information that I need. I really don't like. I don't want to like be left on a cliffhanger and then have the entire next episode be either a recap of the season or a flashback to give me more information. It is all dirty filler, and I don't want it ever.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah, no, seriously, there's a lot of that. There was a lot of that. And I like that anime just fine, but I skipped all those episodes. For me, I don't know, like it just, I don't know where it came from. I know part of the issue is, like, as it really is, sometimes it's just filler, like if like the manga's not caught up to the anime. I understand, I know. They're just trying to keep the content flowing even if they're not, you know, even if the manga's not creating more story yet.
Hot Springs episodes, beach episodes.
Oh, swear to
Swords
God, every
episodes.
time. It's become its own trope. It's become its own trope. And I could have never seen one of those kinds of episodes and live my life perfectly happy, I think. So I don't know if that's a hot take, but it's something that I'm really passionate about. I would like to start a petition for getting rid of all filler episodes.
And you'll have 1 signature.
Yes, mine. So yeah.
Michael, you want your big one?
Michael has one last one that might trigger some people. It kind of triggered me a little bit. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, I was struggling to figure out any hot takes to really say during this panel. And one just came to mind because it's just something I personally feel after being introduced to Studio Ghibli. And that is I personally feel like Studio Ghibli is overrated. The reason, I don't think there's only one film in Studio Ghibli that I think was bad. And that was that 3D Witch movie that came out a couple years ago. That was pretty bad. Yeah. But everything else, I mean, they're not, every other movie's not bad. They're watchable. They're enjoyable in their own ways. Some of them are cutesy, like My Neighbor Totoro. But there's only ever been 3 films I was actually impressed by. That it's the only ones I can actually see, you know, the good in what people talk about with Studio Ghibli. You know, I haven't watched every single Studio Ghibli film, like Grave of the Fireflies or Castle in the Sky, mainly because someone's traumatized by that one.
If you see Grave of the Fireflies, you know why.
No, not Grave of the Fireflies. Castle in the Sky.
Cast in the Sky is a personal trauma.
That's a personal trauma on that one. But like I've seen House Moving Castle, Ponyo, Kiki's Delivery Service. Kiki's Delivery Service is actually personally one of the ones I actually do love. Princess Mononoke, which I know is considered overrated, and what was the other one I was thinking of?
Ariete?
The Secret World of Ariete, yes. I really love that one. Okay. But the ones I have seen, like Rosso, Ponyo, good films, but Spirited Away, I didn't care for the movie. But I saw the Broadway show, and I thought that was more emotionally engaging. Which I was surprised by myself. Like, I actually was teary-eyed, and I was like, huh, I didn't feel emotion watching Spirited Away. So why am I feeling it for the Broadway show? Broadway show is pretty amazing.
I didn't even know there was a Broadway show. Baby.
It sucked the life out.
Yeah. Dude.
And you're outrageous opinions.
Dude, man. No, yeah. I remember when you messaged me that. I was like, yo, dog, that's kind of nuts.
And House Moving Castle, I wasn't impressed by.
Wow, that's crazy. You're actually insane.
You have a hot take?
I have a hot take that
You want to take the mic?
All right. So yeah, we're gonna take any hot takes here.
Yeah, Riddler.
All right. I've got a question for the audience first. Who prefers sub over dub? Raise your hands.
Wait, sub? Oh no, I prefer dub.
Subtitle anime over dub anime.
I like dub.
I mean, they're both good.
Well, no one's going to get triggered by this, but I think that the only reason why people prefer subtitled over dubbed is because they can't tell the difference between good Japanese voice acting and bad Japanese voice acting.
Okay.
Love that.
People say that all dubs are awful, but have you
Exactly.
kills English stuff. So many voice actors like Matt Mercer, Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
They're very popular.
Ghost stories, all that English class.
Ghost Stories! That was my OG. That was my OG.
That was my first intro to anime was to the Sci-Fi Network, and it was the original
Yeah.
Akira. And now if you want to do what it sounded like, Akira! Tetsuo! Akira! That was like the whole movie.
And
This
so
one
far-
is up. Their very original dub was not that good, but the movie was just so beautiful and that it didn't make much of a difference.
Right.
I mean, they've since redubbed it, but
And some ammunition for anyone that says that, oh, sub superior, I only watch sub. Haven't watched The Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
It's so hard to follow Japanese.
Unless you can read 300 words a minute,
Oh, I swear to God, I will not.
you can't follow along
Cannot.
in
It is
subtitles.
so rapid fire. It's not even funny.
I get distracted by the
Yes, you.
movie, like all the beautiful backgrounds and stuff. You know, I'm one of those guys. I can play a video game and like see a guy jumping around in the background, but I should be concentrating. Like,
Alright, I'm gonna go up there. You want to take this while you go? I have a hot take. Do you have one? Okay, cool. You can go first if you want.
I watched Psyche, the first season in dub, and I loved it. They came out with seasons after that, and they didn't have a dub version. I tried to watch it, but like I just couldn't. All the jokes were whizzing right past my face so fast.
Blame Netflix and Funimation for not being able to come to a reconciliation on that.
That was so stupid. I was irritated because I love it. I really did.
It's a great anime. The manga's in English online.
Do you have one?
I don't read a lot of manga,
You
but
have a hot
I think I
take?
would probably make an exception for that one.
Maybe.
And the jokes are even more hysterical and fourth wall breaking. Like they go on a cruise in one of the episodes, and the main cast get thrown overboard, stuck on a raft, and it says day 1 at sea. And Kaido looks up and says, "Doesn't that mean we're stuck here for multiple days?" And of course, it's like, you guys stop stealing my routine.
Thank you.
Very good, very good.
Very good.
Okay, anybody else with any hot takes that they'd like to share? So we are going to wrap. We got like 5 minutes left. You got one?
I got one.
All
That's
right.
gonna make you mad.
We got to wrap up.
I got one after her.
Okay.
Alright, so my hot take to make our host Anthony mad is there are not many isekais that are worth watching. You know, most of them are just harems in disguise. So, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Literally none? Literally? Okay.
Not well. There are a
Okay,
couple,
thank you.
but like that's just because it's anime.
Did you
not
say
because
they're
it's
harems in disguise?
Yeah.
Most isekais are just harems in disguise.
Name 3.
Name 3, Sword Art Online.
What?
What
He has
do
like
you mean
one
it's not a harem?
girlfriend. Just because the girls have crushes on him, he doesn't give them the time of
That's
day.
a harem.
No.
That's the thing.
That's what's
No,
a harem.
because he only spends significant time with one.
yeah, I think you guys are kind of muddying the waters here. I do can have a bunch of chick friends. A harem, you have access to that.
Okay. Like a hundred-
Right. Well, it's Sword Art
That was just funny.
You cannot consider Sword Art to be a harem anime. There's no way. Because like the only girl that he spends significant time, other than Yui, who is a child, is Asuna. The only one who he spends significant time with. And they are dating, so it makes sense.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Name 2.
It is a little weird, this guy's thing, but I don't understand Justin Bieber's attraction either. So. It is weird that all these girls are on.
Alright, let that
Flippy hair.
I just don't understand. Yeah, he's just a dude with groupies.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Here, you want to switch? Ariana,
Oh my
Or
goodness.
to be,
You do need the name of
Hold
your
it.
to be a modern man.
hold this.
Yeah.
Sit here.
These kind of relationships. Yeah. Because we live in a modern world
What are you
where
doing?
you don't have to.
hot take, but I really want to
Newbie into anime.
Doobie, yes. Albedo is the hottest anime girl. The hottest.
From Overlord.
Yes, from Overlord. There's no way better. I don't care.
Can I curse on this man?
What?
Can I curse on this man?
Sure.
Sit your ass down.
I got something to say. Metropolis. Where the hell am I going to see Metropolis? Because I feel like this could be slam poetry. Where the fuck is Metropolis? Am I right?
Yeah.
Not on Netflix.
No.
Not on Tubi.
Tubi, not on Tubi.
I guess I gotta get the DVD.
That's right.
Where am I gonna get that DVD? Because
Bootleg.
everywhere's shutting down.
You're not wrong about that.
Am I right?
Heck yeah.
Drop the mic.
Anyone else?
All right. Well, I think that's our time.
Really? Tracy might have one. We have.
I swear, if you say another woman is hot, then you're sitting your ass down.
I got an anime character hot take. All right?
Eric?
And of course, everybody see Dragon Ball Z, right?
Oh,
Everybody
right.
see it. I feel that the development of Gohan was the most disappointing of all time.
You ain't wrong
I'm
about
going to
that,
say
Rob.
because my thing is that you build Gohan up to his highest peak after the Cell Saga, and then it's like you drop him on his head.
It was a marketing decision.
It was a marketing shit. So I would say this: I love Toriyama. Rest in peace. He's the GOAT. The only issue I had with him is how he poorly developed Gohan.
Yeah.
That is the most disappointing thing that I saw. And I'm a Gohan person. Gohan is my favorite. But I think it was afraid that he was going to be going to surpass probably Vegeta. So I kind of feel like that was it breaks my soul to kind of see how Gohan fell off so poorly. So that's just my hot take.
All right.
It's supposed to be the Neo.
Huh?
It's supposed to be the Neo.
Right. So I'm like, you got him at this point where he's at his peak, he's at his level. All right, where are they going to carry Gohan now? What's going to be the next step? They didn't do nothing
I
about it.
want to say this.
What's up?
They're out. Whatever it's called. What is it called? Called an outroot.
Right.
Their outroot of him just becoming an average dad. was
Yeah,
pretty
come
genius.
on, bro.
Well, it was pretty genius.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
The way they did it.
Yeah.
Like their way out was he just gave up and embraced his
Right,
kid, which
right.
is what Vegeta and Goku should have done all along.
Right.
Of course, the Earth
Yeah.
obliterated. Somebody's got to kill him.
Yeah. I'm heartbroken, but
Somebody got to raise their kids up, you know?
yeah. So that's it for me, man.
Do
Like,
you have one? No.
I'm heartbroken. She's heartbroken.
You do have. She has one. She has one.
You're not wrong on that.
Okay,
Yay.
I don't know how much of a hot take this one actually is, but the still hate after years for Sakura Haruno or Naruto is probably one of the biggest parts of like fandom misogyny, and just like absolutely not. Because Naruto, it's fine, but you can understand that the women wearing Naruto were completely shafted.
Yes.
Even for some of the men as well. Honestly, a lot of Naruto is just missed potential. But the fact that people, for some reason, still kind of shit on her as a fandom joke, when she just keeps getting, all of them are like heavily like.
She deserves more from Sasuke.
Yeah, just also the fact that like people will swoon over and excuse most of like the other guys' actions, even though they're objectively way more terrible than just badly raised women. It's just kind of funny, but it's kind of also disappointing if someone even likes Sakura, because then they just get to all the time.
Ain't nothing wrong with Sakura. She just has a bad sense of who she loves.
Honestly, yeah. I talked about it with people, and I said I would prefer her to be with Naruto or Rock Lee, and Sasuke just stay single. Sasuke was not ready to be in any sort of relationship at all, honestly.
If we're getting into existential problems in Naruto, I mean, the fact that they tortured people with that. I mean, there was torture, there was a lot of heavy stuff in Naruto. I mean, and the torture they just kind of, not a big deal. I mean, people would come into their village and they torture them. like spies. I mean,
The gloss over the
You really
murder
wanna
part
get
that could have
over
been
that.
like honestly pretty
But
interesting to talk about, and then they just focus too much on the comedy relief and the comedy relief of delegating Hinata to just her crush on Naruto, relegating Naruto to just being more of an idiot, Sasuke being edgy, Sakura just.
it is a comedy thing. It's hard to.
It's why people often like obsessed with like Kakashi Guy and Rock Lee, and also like hate like for instance what he did to Neji and stuff because again
Can I
a lot
get-
of
I agree with you on
Can I
Rock Lee
give
as
an
a
alternative
good love interest choice for Sakura. I think that would have been really good.
it would have been honestly
Rock
really
Lee is such a great guy. Like he's so
Oh, yeah.
cool. I freaking love Rock Lee.
yeah.
You know? Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right.
Alternative take?
No, I say an alternative take. I think that they really did justice to that whole idea that this underling guy's gonna get the girl of his dreams, yada yada, and then it just turns out that it was a girl who had a crush on him the whole time, and they put a 360 on that particular way of telling a story, and I thought that was kind of cool, and it didn't end what. If
Thank
you're
you.
brain dead like me, you probably didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming that way. I thought he didn't have a Sakura, but
Right.
Yeah.
they were hinting that it's not
They were.
going this way.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. We're gonna wrap it up.
You want to give us our podcast outro?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just wait, like I said, appreciate you guys being here. And remember, whatever side you are on these hot takes, we're all fans. We should all enjoy these amazing animes and amazing IPs together. Whatever side you are on these ones, that we're all friendly, we're all having a good time together. And remember, look us up online. It's not always black and white. All right, guys. Thank you, guys.